Hey there, Desperados. Cougar here, checking out the demo for Desperados 3. The game is not out yet. It comes out June 16th, but they have released a demo for it. It has 3 missions available. The first one is a really super intro tutorial mission. Next one's called Beyers Pass. Next one's called Flagstone. Now, you can only play about a third of Flagstone's mission, but you can play the entire mission for Beyers Pass. So let's make that happen. Let's actually play that mission through from start to finish. And then I'll show you a little bit of the third mission where you're introduced to a new character, a new enemy, and a new game mechanic, just to show you that. But let's do this first mission first. Now, this intro sequence that we're going to watch here, it does seem kind of long, but...
Take her clean, boys. Take everything that shines, and anything what could drink a man blind.
There's a point to how long this intro is. The fact is, we're going to have to clear
let's show them who's boss.
all the bad guys off of this stopped train here.
Yeah, take cover.
And there are a lot of them.
Come this way. Let's
We're
flank
getting,
him.
we're getting some help. There are some defenders shooting out from inside the train, and then there's that dude with some kind of sniper rifle or something.
He's up there. Get him.
And now the enemies are chasing him, which means maybe he's on our side. Maybe he could become an ally. Now, they've trapped him, and he's surrendering. Maybe we'll see him again later. If you're not familiar with these games started with a game called Commandos back in the 80s, and then Desperados.
For Big Ann.
Desperados was kind of a Western take on Commandos. The idea is that you have these 4 different characters with different skills and abilities, and you use them in, working together to accomplish the missions. Now, for this intro mission in the demo, we only have 1 character available at the start. It is the main character, Cooper, and we'll be meeting him in just a second.
I wonder what's in here.
A knife to the esophagus. That's what's in there. How does that feel? Not good, I'm guessing. So this is Cooper, our main character. He's got some really
tells me you ain't here punching tickets.
useful skills. We're not going to have access to all of them at the start.
Seems like we made an unplanned stop. I'd better go find out what's holding us up.
So these demo missions are sort of tutorials.
Well, now.
They are definitely tutorials.
My way up to the front of the train.
It's telling us to quick save now, which we are actually going to do because, even though we're right at the start of the mission, because we don't have to go through that whole intro sequence again. And then let's read this tutorial message here. It's telling us that we can use our knife, or if you look in the slot 1 here, if I hit this rotate button up here, we can also use our fists to just knock people out if we want a non-lethal option. But in the interest of speed, let's go with the knife. Now we can, if we need to, pick these guys up. Cooper can pick them up and sling them on his shoulder and hide them in the bushes here if he needs to. He didn't need to for that guy, but let's go check out this other tutorial message. It's going to tell us that we can also throw our knife if we need to. So now I select slot 2.
Better throw a knife.
Throw a knife at him. Now we no longer have a knife. We took that guy out, but we no longer have a knife. And there are 2 more guys down here. Now, if I right-click on these guys, it shows me their view cones, what they can see out in front of them, right?
Okay. Let's go.
This guy here is moving. Oh, they broke something, idiots. But his view is locked there. He can't see anything going over here. So let's take this opportunity to punch that guy in the jaw, tie him up. Since we don't have a knife, we're forced to use our fists. And then move over and get this other guy. Punch him in the jaw. Punch him in the jaw by selecting 1. Then tying him up by holding down what is control. I will say one thing about the demo levels here. The keybind setup is bizarre. I've never seen a keybind setup like this before in my life. Oops, that wasn't what I meant to do. Standing up. Now I'm running over here to collect my knife again. Walk up to the knife. Pick up the knife. It's closed. Okay. And now we can go. He's telling us to get up top, so we'll climb up here. walk over here and jump to the next car. It's telling us our last save was 2 minutes ago. Let's quick save here. That's just, I think that's just a demo thing, reminding you to save. It does tell you in the very first demo, in the very first mission, that you're supposed to save often and be able to reload often. There's one enemy down here, and then there's 2 friendlies down here. Let's see how these friendlies are doing, if they need a hand.
You scared me. Can you help us?
Yes, I'm going to help you. I'm going to crouch, and I'm going to go read this tutorial message. It tells us that we actually have guns now that we can use to shoot these guys. They are loud. They do make noise. But we're going to select 4 for our gun and then shoot this dude. It alerts this dude up on the cliff up here. And our first gun is still reloading. Luckily, we have a second pistol we can use to take out the other gun. And we're 2 for 2.
Thank you, stranger.
You're welcome.
Place to hide.
Go find a place to hide, you guys. Now I can stop sneaking.
Next time,
Double click to run. It's left click to move. Right click to change characters. It wants us to quick save again. Okay, we will. There is a bonus objective for not saving during the entire mission. I'm going to read this. It's going to tell us that we can shoot 2 things at once by using 1 pistol in each hand and the showdown. The showdown aspect. So I'm going to showdown mode.
Things will get noisy.
I hit 4 to select this pistol, 5 to select that pistol, target this guy, and now when I hit F to execute, again, I didn't finish my thought there. These keybinds are weird. I've rebound almost all the keybinds.
You owe me one. Hey now. Are you kidding me?
Oh, hey, oh, thank you. Thank you very much for that, by the way.
I'd say we're even now.
No, I thanked you. Means we're
now
not
I
even.
suggest you return to your wagon.
You never
I'll
thanked
handle
me.
things from here.
Well, like you handled those 2?
Listen, Mr.
Cooper.
Mr. Cooper, I've been hired to make sure this train gets to Flagstone. I'd appreciate it if you don't get in my way.
Well, now, Mr.
McCoy. Dr. McCoy.
Right, Dr. McCoy. The way I see it, there's only one way forward, and I gotta get to Flagstone, too.
Suit yourself, but don't say I didn't warn you.
So we still got a bunch of train to clear here, guys. A bunch. Look at all that. But now we have some help. I guess we're gonna...
Looks like the bandits blocked the tunnel.
Why do you think the train stopped? It's gonna take some work to clear those rocks. Good thing they have a stash of dynamite up on that plateau.
Yeah, grab it and clear the tunnel. Huh. Not such a bad plan.
I don't do bad plans.
Fair enough. Let's get to it then.
Sure thing.
That's an anachronism. No one back in this day would have said, I don't do. That's a modern thing. Whatever.
We got places to
Right
be.
click on the character to switch
Keep it
characters.
cool.
Here's our
Someone
new
call for a
character.
doctor?
His name is Doc.
Just what I had in mind.
Well, his name is McCoy. Doc McCoy. Call him Bones. Here's the tutorial message to tell us that we can use the doctor's bag to distract enemies. Not only distract them, but it will puff out a little gas grenade once they open it and blind them for a brief period of time. So let's give that a shot. Let's crouch. Let's move across here. So we got 2 enemies over here. We got this dude looking this way. We got this dude looking that way.
You just hide.
I'm going to use my bag as bait to distract this guy and bring him over here, but we want to make sure he comes far enough that he's out of the other guy's viewpoint for the fun part, which is I have a syringe here, which will kill an enemy at close range. I can switch to chloroform if I want to, but let's go ahead and syringe this dude. The gas grenade went off and blinded him right as I came out of the bushes. Now I can drag him into the bushes and hide him there. Cooper can actually sling the guy up on his shoulder and move him
Don't
quickly.
get in the way.
Doc cannot. He can only drag them. We're going to do the same. We're going to use the bag
It
again to
saved me
distract or
dozens
bring
of
this guy
times.
over here
It's just
a little bit closer.
Here they come.
I'm sorry I'm talking over these guys so much,
You
but
won't feel a thing.
they talk a lot.
Understood. Meat for the vultures.
All right, so there's a little syringe action on him. I don't think we have to hide his body. Nobody else is over here. Checking out this next
Okay,
tutorial message while we tells us that McCoy can use his Buntline, which is a scoped long-range pistol to take down enemies from long range. So we're going to try that here.
There's a lookout.
There's
on the cliff.
There's
I'll
a
take 'em
lookout
from here.
up on the cliff here.
That I want to see.
McCoy, let's bring McCoy over, or excuse me, not McCoy, Cooper.
Fucking orders.
Cooper's going to run over and help us out if we need it.
I'm listening.
But for now, Doc McCoy, let's just call him Bones. Thank you, Star Trek reference.
Boys are having fun.
And use the Colt Buntline special to take this guy out from long range.
Well, I'll be damned.
Colt Buntline special. Custom stock, custom rounds. All right, I'll follow.
Okay, so we have to get to this thing, which is a coiled up rope ladder, right? And then drop that. Well, let's see.
My thoughts exactly.
If we select
Oh, I'm ready.
Cooper, tell him to come up here.
On we go.
My climbing days are behind me,
Yeah,
Mr. Cooper.
he's
Well, we'll figure something out.
Cooper's climbing, but Doc's not going to climb. He can't climb the way Cooper can climb. So Doc needs us to drop this rope ladder for
All
him.
right.
So we're going to do that.
Hope you can manage this rope ladder, Mr. McCoy.
Send
I prefer Dr. McCoy.
I'm sure you do.
send Cooper over to these
Hurry
bushes to hide, and then
Shall we
bring
continue?
Bones up here. So enemies can only see
It'll
you if
cost
you're
ya.
within this striped area. They cannot see you if you're crouched. So only within the solid area can they do that.
Nice.
So we got another little group here that we're gonna have to deal with. This gun woman is coming over here to talk to her buddy, the thug.
Needed a walk anyway.
I think once she goes
Killed them. Maybe
once
I'm
she goes
next.
away, we're gonna drop this guy with a throwing
Relax.
knife,
Guy like him.
and then
ain't
pick him
gonna
up and
waste a
drag him
bullet
back
on
into these bushes. But if you see now,
Who needs a
with
good
my throwing
killing?
knife, see the blue circle? That indicates the sound of the range of the sound, how far away she can hear it. So we gotta wait till she's out of that throwing range
Eyes peeled.
before we
His
can
friend's
go get
gonna be
him.
looking for him.
Cooper can throw him right over his shoulder and bring him back into the bushes. Remember, Doc cannot do that. But here she's coming back now. Doc is going
I
to.
got
Let's
the
use
tools
Doc
for
to
the
take her out.
job.
Now the cool thing is she's going to notice that her friend's not here anymore and try to do something about it.
Who needs a shot?
There's no need for her to
Hey,
die.
don't leave the dirty.
As soon
No
as she
objections here.
starts investigating, we're going to switch to
This
chloroform
might take-
and then knock her out with a chloroform
We'll be out for a while.
cloth. Tie her up
Better remain still.
and move her back into cover. He's going to have to drag her slowly back into cover. We actually don't even need to move her into cover, but just for tutorial's sake. Okay, now we've
keep
got
moving.
these other peeps. Let's see. This guy is looking that way. This guy's looking that way. I think we're going to use Doc's bag
I can
again
handle that, thank you.
to bring this guy over here.
I got a few tricks. Who wants to have a look? I got a feeling about.
I think
Like
he'll
a
be
moth to
okay
the
back
flame.
behind here. And then we'll switch
It
back from
works
chloroform
very
to
fast.
syringe, the deadly thing, which is faster. And then while he's focused on the bag,
Gas trap, huh? Oh, not bad. How
Take
do you
him out
open
that
that thing safely?
You don't, Mr. Cooper.
all right, now
Unless
Coop,
you're me.
Coop can take this guy out on
Not
his
a
own, no
problem.
problem. We could either throw a knife at him
make it
or
quick.
just walk up. You know what? Hold on. Don't kill him, Coop.
Knife will
We're
do.
going to go non-lethal as much as we can
Bring it
here.
on.
There's no reason these guys have to die. That's for the courts to decide.
Let's tuck you in.
Tie him up, take him back. Nobody's going to cheat the hanging judge of hanging. Okay, that's done. I'm going to right-click and drag over both these guys
Here
to move them
goes.
together over here. Check out the next tutorial message, which is going to tell us that
That guy wearing the poncho.
dudes wearing ponchos do not get fooled easily. They will not leave their posts for distractions, and their distraction
He
time...
ain't gonna move if it ain't necessary.
And you know that because...
Trust me, I know the type.
Okay, he knows the type. That guy's not going to move unless necessary, so we're going to
Okay,
have to kill him from here. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a double
all right.
whammy action here. I'm going to hit Showdown Mode. Cooper, when I tell you to, you're going to throw your knife at this guy. And
Let's see.
Doc McCoy, when I tell you to,
It
you're going to
won't
sneak
feel
up
a
behind
thing.
this guy and give him a syringe. All right? Execute.
Let me take care of that. There go.
Cooper, go retrieve your knife. Doc, chill there for a second. In fact, Doc, why don't you go read this other message?
On my way.
It tells us that we can use Showdown Mode in an advanced way to have both two characters or multiple characters, all the characters that you're controlling, do stuff at a timed, on a planned basis. So we're going to actually do that right now. So we're not going to watch that. But for now, dude, you can just drop this dude. Nobody's going to find him. And then we'll move both our characters down into these bushes here, if they can.
Not this way.
Shall we? Let's go about this quiet. I take one, you take the other.
Yep, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go to Showdown Mode. We're going to tell Doc to syringe the one on the left. We're going to tell Cooper to knife the one on the right. And execute.
Done.
That was quick. Knifing is actually quicker than the syringe, but that's fine. And now move over here. This is going to get a little tricky, and
Passengers sure could use
it's
our
been
help.
9...
Why waste time? Let's keep going.
So Doc says let's just keep going. We don't have to do this. This is kind of a bonus objective. We could just walk right past these guys. When you're crouched, if you're within the striped view cone of the enemies, they cannot see you, and it's always striped up on a roof. So if you're up on a roof and you're crouched, no one can ever see you, period.
Okay. Let's go.
But we're gonna save first of all before this goes horribly wrong, because it's been a long time since we saved. Now we're gonna use Doc. Let's put Doc in these bushes over here. We are going to again do a showdown mode, and we're going to tell Doc to throw his bag right out here where this guy can see it. Now he can't see it because he's facing the wrong way, but Cooper has his coin, which will get him to turn around and look in this direction. So we'll do that too. Now, instead of executing right now, we want to wait until the poncho guy has come over here and is not looking in this direction anymore. So let's continue, but not execute our orders. Until now.
That's just fish.
Tails.
That noise.
So he turned around to see what that noise was, saw the doctor's bag. He's coming over. Doc's going to give him a nice little syringe in the neck, and then drag him back into the bushes. Drag him back into the bushes. There we go. All right, now we got a few other guys here to take care of. I'm going to send Doc with the syringe to take care of that guy. Cooper with his knife's going to take care of this guy. We're going to do it all at the same time. So we're going to go to Showdown Mode. We're going to select Doc, syringe that guy,
Get in the way.
Cooper, knife, knife this guy, and execute.
Hey.
And then Cooper, we've still got Cooper going. He can just throw his knife at this guy who's checking out the body there. But he does have to go retrieve his knife. Retrieve your
Whoever
knife.
you are.
Nope, don't pick him up.
Thank you.
Just retrieve your knife.
Nothing to it. Now, stay put.
The civilians thanked us for doing our jobs. You're welcome. But we get a paycheck. You don't have to thank us anymore.
Let's get going.
That went pretty
See, I
smoothly.
knew
Let's
you
quick
had a
save.
heart in there somewhere.
Anatomically, maybe.
Okay, now again, these guys cannot be seen while they're crouched up
On
on
the
the roof
train.
here, but
Looks
let's
like
move
we
them
made
down
it.
into these
We
bushes.
still need the
We got to take
dynamite
this guy.
to
We don't
clear the
actually have to
tunnel.
take this guy out, but
That's
we're
easy.
going to. And
Come on,
then
let's
this
make our way
guy
up.
is running around back and forth between these two positions, so we're going to have to take him out too. But we may be looking at a bit of a wait here while I take out the thug friend
It's now or
first.
never.
Pick up his body, move him into concealment, and then wait for the other dude to come back. Are you concealed? Now you are. Okay, when he's back, we'll knife him,
Not a problem.
carry his body back into concealment. No, 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 no. Somebody saw us as we were trying to carry his body, but I just dropped him by crouching.
On my
It
way.
immediately drops whatever you got, whatever you're carrying. And now let's go try this guy. I think we can get him pretty quickly.
Need sharpening. Done. Keep your heads down. We'll take care of the bandits.
Thank you. Thank you
We're
so
good there.
much.
I'm gonna send Doc. As long as we got
better
nothing
have a
else going
plan,
on, I'm gonna send Doc back up to the roof here. Now we're gonna take this guy out, but we got to be careful. Actually, Doc,
keep
no, come back, come back. Doc, why don't you come over here too? I want you to
I got a
put
few
your
tricks in
put
me.
your
Who wants to
bag
have a look?
back there because I can show you why in a second. But hold on.
Hey,
What's up?
Hook,
Knife will do.
line, and sinker.
Come on.
That'll teach them a lesson.
I'll show you why in just a second. There is a guard up on elevation with elevation up here. He's got a very long view. Now, I wanted to take out that second guy who was wandering back and forth between this position and this position, back here behind the rock, where the guy with the very long view range, the poncho guy up here, cannot see him. All right, Doc's got to retrieve his
I got the tools for the job.
bag. Let's send
I'm hoping I'll get.
let's send them both over to the other side now.
Let me take care of that. It'll cost you.
Send them to these bushes here. So we got a group of 3 guys here. This guy, this thug, is moving around back and forth. He's moving between this position and up here. He's out of the picture right now. Let's
Make it
send
quick.
Cooper to take this guy out with a knife and carry his body back. That's
Keep your
Billy
heads down.
Beer
We'll take
Hating
care of the bandits.
Hunter
Thank you.
dude.
Thank you so much.
And then when this guy comes, we got to be careful.
Okay then.
This guy's going to be coming back. As long as we're
That
crouching,
big
you
rock
shouldn't
there
see
is
us.
looking like it wants to fall.
Whoa, that was close. Cooper just said,
All right.
this rock here is looking like it wants to fall. Well, why don't we do that? Let's push this rock off. Yeah, took out 3 at once.
Sure thing.
Good job. Now we got a poncho up here we got to be careful of. I'm going to save just to get rid of that freaking icon. Poncho does not spend long at the horse. He's going to go over to the horse next, but he does not spend long there. I'm going to run.
One
Okay, I
less
think we
to
can
worry
leave
about.
Poncho there. I don't think that's going to do any harm.
Is it?
Next,
I know.
so
They don't tell me nothing.
this is the boss up here. This is a friendly here. Here's the dynamite that we're trying to get to blow up these rocks. Let's bring Doc up here.
Ambush right on schedule.
Come on, Doc, come up here with us.
Well, all right.
And now
Needed a walk
let's
anyway.
let's keep an eye on this guy. So we got that guy here who's wandering. We got this poncho here who's static. As soon as this guy starts wandering
Okay.
some more, we're gonna send
Let's go.
Something.
Cooper after him.
Let's
With
make
a
it
knife.
quick.
Okay, cool.
Done.
Now let's bring
Leave
Doc
the
up
boss
here
to me.
and move him
Don't
into these
get in the
bushes
Face.
I haven't the slightest
smell
idea
trouble.
what
near the poncho, and then send Cooper. No, that wasn't what I wanted to do. And then right-click on
Hey, guys,
Cooper,
they got
select him,
planned here.
send
Let's
him
get
around
going.
this way. So we got this dude up here, this gunman who can see this poncho, and then this poncho who can see this gunman. So we're gonna have to set up a
Now.
showdown mode dual attack Let's get Cooper up here. Put Cooper in these bushes. Doc's in these bushes.
Gotta love bandits.
And we're going to go to Showdown Mode. We're going to tell Doc
It works
to
very
syringe the
straight
poncho.
through hell.
We're gonna send Cooper to knife the
There
gunman.
goes.
And we're going to execute.
Scratch one.
Okay, they're both down. Now Cooper from here,
where is it?
he's in hiding, but he has eyes on Big
They don't
Ann.
tell me nothing.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up a showdown mode for Doc, where he's going to use his Buntline to take out the boss,
is
Big
only
Ann.
temporary.
But not yet. We're going to hit continue instead of execute. We're going to hit continue. Now we can continue using
I'm here.
Cooper
Let's get going.
until we're ready for Doc to take out the boss with his Buntline. This dude here, he's
no
not...
use hiding it from me, honey. My man will find it.
About to lose
I'm not hiding anything, miss.
sweet dreams.
He's not doing too much harm. We can just knock him out and tie him up. But now for this guy who is looking over, who's overwatching the boss, we're going to switch back to the knife
The safe.
and be ready to execute the sniper shot from Doc on her.
I haven't
Ready?
the slightest idea
Knife,
what you're talking
the gunman.
about.
And
I'm losing my patience.
Please don't.
One less to worry about.
got them both at the same time. Okay, great. Now at this point, we could go over...
Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much. We could go over this tutorial message. Just basically tells us
Not a
that
problem.
we can use this grenade, the dynamite. If you pick up some dynamite out of the barrel, it automatically goes to slot 1. Select slot 1, and then left click to throw the dynamite. So before we do that, all right, Doc is in a safe position. I'm in an okay position. I'm going to zoom way the heck out. I'm going to save to get that freaking icon off the screen. Okay, but before we kick this off, now you see there are still a couple of leftover dudes here. There's the dude in there's the poncho up here. There's the gunman down here, and then this alarm bell indicator here tells you that there are guards in here. And once we set off that dynamite, it is going to attract the guards. So we got to be ready for that. And then there are these two guys here, but I'll bet the dynamite takes them out. There's also a loot chest here that contains ammo for our revolvers. We've hardly used them at all, so I'm not too worried about grabbing that ammo. But I will take Coops down here
Let's get
and
going.
take out these other two guys quickly just to make this last part
I wouldn't worry just yet.
as easy as possible.
Let's
I'm going
see
to move
what's
Doc
happening
over
here.
near the dynamite and then
Hurry
move
up.
Coops down to take these guys out. Coops can stab this guy in the
Need
back
sharpening.
or the stomach.
See you later.
And then
Shall
from
we?
down here, now this guy's arc is he's pretty well covered on his front arc, so I think we're just going to use the throwing knife here.
Watch
There's nobody
you.
around here,
Let's make it quick.
but we do have to go retrieve the knife.
Got it. Very heavy.
Okay, with this guy, let's hide Coops
It's
in the
now or never.
in the bushes, and then it's now or never in terms of the dynamite. Let's select Doc,
Places to
grab
be.
some dynamite,
I've lit the
hit-
fuse. Better throw it fast.
hit 1 to select the dynamite and throw
Better take
it.
cover.
So clearly that worked, but obviously it
Shit, they're above us.
attracted the guards too. Fortunately, there's more dynamite in this barrel. Let's grab some of that, hit 1, throw it up here where they're going to be.
Loud.
Oh, someone survived?
Lighten the fuse.
You are very
Get up
brave.
there.
Oh, there's more coming.
Let's do this quickly. I better take cover.
There we
Let's find a
go.
safe spot to meet up.
Fine with me.
All right, Doc wants to find a safe spot to meet up right down here by Coops. Sounds like the way to do it. And then this is the end of the mission, guys. We don't have to watch the ending cinematic here. I'll let you do that on your own if you're interested in this game. But there is a third level. You cannot. There a third mission that you cannot play all the way through. But you are introduced to, as I mentioned, a new character and a new enemy and a new game mechanic at that point. So I'm going to jump ahead to the third mission in the demo. We don't have to watch this. You can
Guess
watch
you
it
made the
yourself.
DeVitt Company happy today.
Oh yeah, one last thing to mention here, guys. When you finish a mission, you get this great little fast forward tracing your progress through the mission. It's really interesting. But I'll let you watch your adventures on your own. Moving on to the third mission. Okay, so this is the third mission. We're introduced to a new
There he is
character
somewhere.
and a new enemy.
And we
That's
got all the time in the world.
that's the new enemy. He's
These
called
guys
a
are out for blood.
long
Who
shot.
the hell are they?
Part of the DeVitt Company.
And there's the new
I
character,
have scores to settle with a few of them.
Hector.
All right, fine. But I hope you've got a plan.
Sure. Let's head for the street.
I'm gonna.
Nobody will bother us if
and
we
this-
stay among the townsfolk.
This is the new
so
game
we got
mechanic
room to
I'll talk
breathe.
about in just a second.
So far, so good.
I'm gonna skip over
But,
the rest of this.
Whose heads are we bashing it?
That it's pretty long, and there's no need to see all that. So here's our new character. His name is Hector. He's got an axe. He's got a bear trap named Bianca, a surprisingly stealthy bear trap. He can whistle to distract enemies or to attract enemies. And then he's got the good stuff, which will heal Hector, but nobody else
happens
can
when they
use it.
turn
Now
up?
remember, Doc had the
Shoot
bandages.
him, and then go to the saloon.
Doc had the bandages, which he can use to heal himself or others. Hector can only heal himself. Here's the new enemy. It's a long coat. Let's go with the... Let's read the tutorial message here. This tells us about Bianca using the whistle to lure guards into Bianca the bear trap. Let's just
time to
do
use
that
Bianca.
right now. But
You
before we
still
do
carrying
that,
thing around?
I have a reputation to keep.
let's check out the view cones of these two others here. Got to be careful of these guys. So we don't want the long coat to see us, definitely.
Time
So
to
let's
use
make sure that
Bianca.
Bianca is set up
do.
behind where he is.
Murdoch.
And then wait
All
for
right, my duty.
this other guy to
Lure
turn around and
someone into
walk
your
back.
Embrace.
Walk back to his
Yeah.
barrel. Man, these guys talk a lot. Walk back to his barrel before we actually whistle for the dude.
Time to make some noise.
Let's do it.
Sure thing. I'm
And then get back into
yourself.
concealment. Here comes the enemy.
Would hate
Oh,
to be that guy.
That looks really
See?
painful.
The old girl hasn't let me down yet.
Really painful. Come on, Hector, go grab that body.
Come to Hector.
He picks up the bear trap automatically when you get out there. Now remember, everybody is invisible
Sure
in
they're
the
here, Murdoch.
striped
Yeah, they
area
couldn't
when you're
have slipped
kneeling or
through.
crouching. This dude's gonna come back. I think we can put Bianca right
Looks like a job for Bianca.
right here-ish,
Just
and whistle,
lure someone in.
and then get into concealment.
Heard that.
Always trust in Bianca.
Trust in Bianca. I trust Bianca. Let's pick Bianca up,
Bianca returns to me.
and now let's
Remember,
check this guy out.
Leave the big guy to me. He got you once already.
He's all yours.
So Hector says, leave the big guy to me. He got you once already. Let's read this tutorial message about the long shots. Or long coats. Long coats are the most dangerous enemies. Hector is the only one that can take them down by himself with his trusty axe or bare fists. So let's do that. Let's take this guy down with our trusty axe or bare fists. Which do you want to use, the trusty axe or the bare fists? Axe?
Time for
Axe?
the
That's what I thought you said.
Okay, they're down. Not your lucky day, is it?
Okay, that's it. Now, the new game mechanic I was talking about is that you can go out on these city streets here, and as long as you're not acting suspiciously, you're free to wander around and talk to people. So all these civilians here have things that you can overhear. So you want to walk up to them and listen to their conversations, and you're going to learn important stuff about the mission. But you can't really progress much farther in this mission. I'm just going to save here to get that icon off the screen. You can't progress much farther in this mission, so we're just going to leave it here. This is the third mission for the demo for Desperados 3. It is a game that I will be picking up when it comes out on June 16th. Thanks for watching Desperados. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and there'll be more coming in the very near future. Stay safe, cowboys.